Alright, let's do this. Okay, everybody's gone. 17 seconds happens. Like, I think that I'm doing like a dramatic pause because when I used to run film, when you edited film back in the day, you wanted to slice. You didn't want the slice to be like, you wanted a little bit of give, so that sometimes you can, you know, like, not many people, like, I don't even think you can do reel-to-reel anymore. Is it even possible to do reel-to-reel? That's insane to me now that I think about it. So yeah, so an action was called. They turn on the camera. You didn't know exactly when the camera went on, so you gave it a little bit of pause, even though the director called action. I was directing my own stuff and I called action. I always told everybody to, like, think about what you were doing right before the line. So, like, if I'm calling action on a cutscene, that's a conversation. If you're listening to what somebody's saying or you're about to interrupt them, be interrupting. I think I probably, I used to watch soap operas as a kid, so I probably have seen, other daytime dramas and after-school specials and things like that, which became like Hallmark movies and stuff like that in Lifetime. But I haven't seen a Lifetime type of show in like forever. And I can't tell whether it's because the Lifetime movie that I watched last night is old. It didn't seem old. But there was no organicness to it. People weren't talking over people. You have a cookout with like people talking a million miles an hour, and you have your agenda. Your agenda doesn't match other people you talk interrupting somebody else's conversation. Oh yeah. I agree. Here I am talking about this, and I should have been working on my my video. I don't know. What does that have to do with the video? Nothing. The script was horrible. So, I mean, these actors literally had nothing to work with. But the actors weren't very good to begin with. So it's like, you know, you take, the higher paid actors, and even in their earlier works, you can see, like, they got something. Just so you know, that's something I always strive for, but I don't think I ever achieved. I don't like my own performances. Most of the time that I got, fortunate or unfortunate for me, most of the time that I was actually in the film as an extra, I didn't have any lines. And a lot of the things that I was filmed with as an extra ended up on the cutting room floor, so I wasn't even in it. So but I could definitely performances. Trying to get at is that I've been trying to practice imitating Eminem, and I realized that, and it's probably something Weird Al realizes when he does his parody songs, is that he's not them. And I look at like songs like Amish Paradise and stuff like that. Or even, he did an Eminem song. He did Couch Potato, To Lose Yourself. He knocked it out of the park. And maybe I need to like have a performance like that. Basically just do, the sad part about it is that it is, it's a song about being me and being the real me. I just gotta do it. They asked me to send them what I have, and I can't. I gotta make a recording with it, and I gotta just do it. It's gotta be one take. If anything, repeat. Stop. If I mess up, stop. Repeat it. Stop in the middle of the performance, repeat what I messed up, and make it one long track. I will do it like that and send it off to you. I stopped in the middle of it, took a break. The video is still rolling, still recording, and it's not very well. I mean, I could do each of the verses. That's what I should do. That's what I should do. I should do each of the verses as their own take. And if I mess up, just repeat that verse. Or I should think that's really what I'm trying to talk about here. That, while I'm trying to organize for Halloween, I should get this done. I gotta do the video for it. I still don't know whether they want to do the whole video or not. There's a lot of moving parts in this whole thing. I'm Cute Bean, the real Cute Bean. All the other Cute Beans are just imitating. Want the real Cute Bean, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. I got to do that. I got to knock it out. So now I've passed now 3 construction things. And it looks like it's just going to give me more and more and more. Past the halfway mark for this project, and it's already eaten up a lot of my free time. Time is like being pushed, and the sad thing about it is like when even I, with my free time, even I want to use my free time for something, any change in that free time. It takes hours even to do the switch. When I'm embroiled in something where I just gotta finish it, especially like when drawing things and wanting to add more stuff to it. things that I talk about me. There's, I talk about this kind of charmed life that I had that I don't have anymore. And the sad part about it is that I'm happier only because I think I'm more aware. Does that make sense? This is really weird to say it like that. I had a lot of great things happen in my life, but at the time, I think it's one of the reasons why, like, I latched on to the song "Biggering," the song that got cut. Yeah, everything's a circle. But the song that got cut from the Lorax in exchange for "I'm a Good Guy." Biggering is basically how I felt when I was in the thick of it all. I was never content with where I was at. I was never content with the people around me, the things that I was doing. I was always pushing forward, always pushing ahead. I never got to enjoy any of it. Never. In my lifetime, I probably worked 100 jobs. I probably wore 100 different hats, I should say. And worked in just about every environment possible. Met some very incredible people. And when I was in the entertainment business, I was surrounded by some really incredible people, and I was so focused, hyper focused on what my next thing was, or what the thing I was working on, that I really didn't even get a chance to enjoy or be present or prescient. Is it present or prescient? But be a part of what I was creating. I was just moving on to the next thing. It was not nonstop. It's the reason why I kind of have like an affinity towards the one star. It took me a decade since that to even realize I think this is one of the sad parts about it all. It took me a decade to even realize like how incredible that stuff was, but also how realized like they were doing the same thing to me. I mean, I think that's probably where I picked it up from. That they were, I was only as good as my usefulness was. I was only good as long as I was giving. I talk about these major corporations that owe me a lot of money. The truth of the matter is that yes, we had contracts in place. Yes, we had contingencies in place. We had everything in place, but they didn't have to adhere to their part of their end of the bargain. They felt, and still feel, to this day, that they don't owe me anything. I mean, I use the post office because, I realized I was putting myself into that type of situation again. And as simple as this is, because that's my contract with the post office, I work, you pay me. You put me on call, you bring me in, you pay me. I'm not here volunteer. I'm not here, as because I'm trying to improve the postal environment. No, I'm there, I get paid. Post office broke that contract, I still thought that they were going to adhere to it. Even after a court order from to pay me, the post office still feels like they don't owe me anything to this day. They didn't, and the sad thing about it is, they owed me more. It was only what I could prove that they owed me that I want. It's like, it's insane to me how that works out. But, if you ask the higher ups and everything like that, they would bash my work ethic. They would bash great place to park. They would bash it all. Yeah, and to the point where just my mere presence in their mind wasn't enough to pay me. They want to pay me for work. And it's like going, wait a second, no, you called me in. You asked for this. You owe me. And I did work. Worked my ass. Doesn't matter whether the post office made present. I'm not here for the benefit of the post office. And I think that's where they got lost in it, because it seemed like I cared so much. It seemed like I was willing to go above and beyond. Um, it seemed like it, but the truth of the matter is that I was not. I was not even in the slightest. I was always there. If they didn't pay me, I didn't. I wasn't there. That's how I was. That's how I was doing it. And same thing holds with my current job. It is a very emotional roller coaster, and um, and the truth is that I have to put all of that aside, and for the sake of my health, even because I'm only here for money. Yeah, if when I work um, overtime, it's, it's I always tell them like you guys got to force me. Like this is not volunteer at all. And when they force me, they still act like I want to be here. It's like, no, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. But you got to pay me, even if I don't want to do it, because you have forced me into it. I'm here just for the pay. Only here for the money. There is no other reason. And I definitely feel like I'm not getting paid enough, but that's a whole different story. I agreed to this, so this is what I got to do. And while I do my job, it seems like, you know, I put the care and um, the effort forward because that's what you pay me for. I mean, literally, stop paying me, you'll see what happens. It's why I get kind of crazed when they do crazy stuff. And it's usually just a clerical, it really is just a clerical error. It's not it's not what the post office was doing, which was just trying to rip me off. It's there's too many hands handling my payroll, and they make errors. And the sad part about it is they make more than what I like, and it gets me extremely nervous when they don't pay me what they owe me. So far, they've been coming through. I mean, there is a couple points of contention where I haven't gotten paid for some work that I've done, and it pisses me off. Um, and people have said, most people wouldn't have put up with this, and it's like, you know what? I put up with this with the post office, and now I got to put up with this with what they're doing. But just because I have a 10-year goal, just because they think they have me locked in for 10 years, doesn't mean that I won't give it all up. If I go viral and become a YouTube sensation, I can't say that with a straight face, but it could happen, right? Anything could happen. Um, but if it happens and all of a sudden I'm making money hand over fist that I don't need this job, believe me, I'll do streaming full time. I would love it if I could do streaming on my own terms. Um, and that's what this job affords me to do. But the truth of the matter is like if something comes my way, if I make enough money, if all of a sudden I made enough money that I could survive a year and just stream, I would just stream. And if I made even more money, it's like I won't change my living. Might change my equipment a bit, but you know my bills and stuff like that, if they all get paid and everything like that, if I could survive, I would definitely, you know I would walk away from this job tomorrow. I'm I'm beyond that whole, like, you know Andy Kaufman did it, and I thought I would do that for a bit, where he worked as a busboy, um, while shooting Taxi. Um, yeah, I would dump it in a heartbeat. I'm not that. I'm not Andy Kaufman. I may take a job like Andy Kaufman did and do that, but yeah. Um, Cracking myself up. Can you imagine? That would never happen. Never in a million years. Um, as always, if you could put cool beans in the comments below, that would be absolutely awesome. Um, and wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. All right, as always, take care. All right, bye.